Feride Buyuran and you're watching AZ Cookbook. Today we're making a savory bread stuffed with feta cheese and fresh herbs. It's one of the popular recipes on my brunch table, on my breakfast table, and I get asked for the recipe all the time. And today I wanted to share it with you all. These are the ingredients we'll use for the dough. I have 3 cups of flour, 1 whole egg and 1 egg white because I reserved the egg yolk for the glaze. I have 1 cup of plain yogurt, 3/4 of a cup of olive oil, and I'm using salt and baking powder. For the filling, we have feta cheese, about a tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley, I have it here already, and literally a dash of fresh dill. And for the glaze, we have an egg yolk that we reserved earlier and nigella seeds. Alright, so let's start with the flour. I'm going to put 2 cups of flour in my mixing bowl because I am going to add the remaining 1 cup later. So I have the flour here, I'm adding a teaspoon of salt and baking powder, and I'll need 2 1/4 teaspoons. Okay, give it a very light stir. Now I'm going to add the wet ingredients to the flour. So in go the egg, let's actually lift it, in goes the yogurt and olive oil. And I'm going to stir this mixture until it's nice and blended, just lightly. I'm adding the remaining 1 cup of flour to the dough. Let's just dump everything in there. Give it another stir until a rough ball forms. So this is how the dough will look. And I'm going to knead it on my work surface. So make sure your work surface is clean. Mine is. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on top, like this. And I'm just going to transfer my dough on this surface. It doesn't stick to my hands, it's pliable. I'm giving it a light kneading here. I think it's ready. Take a close look. This is my dough. You can see how tender it is, not sticky. You can use your hands, you can use a knife, whichever way is comfortable for you. So I'm going to make 2 bowls out of this mixture. So I have crumbled feta cheese here. Because it's salted already, I'm not adding any salt to it. And I'm using chopped parsley, more chopped parsley than dill. Feta and parsley is a match made in heaven. And dill too, so I added both to the mixture. And this is going to go in the bread. I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm ready to roll out the first piece of dough. If you have about 1/3 of an inch thickness, it's good. I'm going to carefully transfer this dough onto my parchment lined baking pan. I'm going to put my filling on top of this circle. Make sure you leave about 1/2 inch of an edge. I'm ready to glaze it. And for the glaze, I'm using 1 egg yolk that we reserved. Pour it on top of the bread and then you can do the spreading around. And I'm going to sprinkle some nigella seeds on top. I'm going to put it in the oven on the middle rack and bake it for about 25 minutes until the top is nice and golden. My bread is ready. I cooled it before I can slice it. First transfer it onto a cutting board. Remove the parchment paper. So I'm just going to cut it like a cake and see how it cooked inside. Ta-da! Take a look. Let's just try a little piece, maybe from this here. Let's see. It's gonna go so well with tea or even with coffee or just by itself. I hope you enjoyed watching me. Get the detailed recipe on azcookbook.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!